Now, this is a fight, I can tell you right now, that Zhao is not going to trade and win in. This is a major concern. He's still going to win this game. This game is all about how awesome Zhao is, but pay attention to this. You see how Zhao has soldiers, but he doesn't have riflemen, his decision makers? Your decision-making units are important when you're going against a microable army like mage, riflemen, some soldiers. Because every single unit that you are using, you can think of as just giving you space. Soldiers, when they attack into an army that has insufficient numbers of comparative soldiers, force that army to retreat. But the riflemen are what allow you to do damage while they're retreating. It's free damage. Now, because he didn't have any riflemen, Zhao wasn't able to take an effective attack here, despite having better upgrades, having +3 online, and having a better unit spread. But don't worry, this game is all about how awesome Zhao is. Now he's going for +1. This is a very smart reactionary decision. He has +3 attack, so his units are going to do a lot of damage very quickly. But armor is important because, look, riflemen have 6 damage. Mages have 6 damage. If your opponent is going for a heavily microable army like this part right here, if you get +1 armor, first off, soldiers, by being soldiers, already have 1 armor, so you're cutting their effective ability by 16% just for using soldiers against riflemen and mages. If you get +2, these riflemen and mages, if your opponent has decided not to go for upgrades, are down 33% of their ability to do damage. That means that the brunt of the ability of this army to do damage is in flame strikes. And look, not enough for a flame strike, not enough for a flame strike, enough for a flame strike. Zhao, very comfortable with all of this, is just doing what he does. His +1 armor is about to come online, and he's continuing to make out barracks and to make out soldiers out of those barracks. Yes, in general, I don't know this. I'm not a guru, but I would think once you get to 3 bases, it's not unreasonable to have a tower at least 1 base, possibly your natural, which is this base, and your third. Now look at this. I don't agree with taking this fight because +1 armor has yet to come on. But as we said before, it has just come online. And now the ability of these units to do damage is cut by 33%. The biggest ability that this army has to do damage is flame strikes. Because it doesn't have any attack upgrades. And it doesn't have enough soldiers even if it did. And the riflemen and mages are unupgraded, so they can't do any damage to pierce through that thick armor. So even though this looks like a good position and superior numbers, and oh no, Zhao is pulling workers, isn't that bad? It's actually pretty good for Zhao. He's going to be able to hold this easily. Meanwhile, grabbing a 4th base. Why? Because he can. Because Zhao is amazing. Now some things to note. He's going back to getting weapons. He's going back to +4 because the +1 armor, it seems like a mistake, or as if Zhao just picked it and said, let's get back armor and then, yeah, let's go back. But it's hard to overstate, as I've said, how much less damage this army does. Look at this engagement is lost before it's even started. One, it's a line into a concave. But the second reason is look how many flame strikes are available. Look how many. There are 5 mages. There are 4 mages in that army. Not a single one of them can use flame strike. Now, too little, too late. I'm getting my own forges up so I can get my own upgrades, and I'm going for double attack. But look at this. Zhao, by putting pressure on my side of the map, is able to easily put up his own 4th and a tower to go with it. And on top of that, look at this excellent scouting. We'll see this later. He'll park a soldier right here so that he can't have this base stolen from him, and he can't have it gimmicked by anything like a worker coming by and dropping a tower, etc., to hamper building. This soldier over here is also checking out his opponent, see if his opponent is doing the same thing. Now look, this is another example. Micro. Now look at this. Look at this again. 12 soldiers, 3 riflemen. There's nothing amazing about this army. There's no catapults. There's no mages. There's nothing high tech in this army. But the upgrades are doing it. Because look at this ratio. 1 rifleman for every 4 soldiers, and there's just not enough flame strikes to do the damage necessary. Because look, the only thing in this army that can fight, as I said before and before and before, are flame strikes. It's the only scary part of this army for Zhao. And yet, he's got soldiers who have high hit points, so they're safe for the most part. And even if he didn't have super high health hit points on his soldiers, he has upgrades. Upgrades are pretty good. And now we're going to see that Zhao, he's about to be tired of this. He has +4, +1. That's an enormous, enormous upgrade advantage, especially compared to 0-0. Because here's another thing to note. It's very smart of Zhao to go for upgrades. Each mage costs the same. Takes 5 seconds longer to build than each rifleman. And they cost another 45 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mages is equivalent to 315 gold. That's 2 upgrades for Zhao. Just because of the difference of these being mages instead of riflemen. Not counting the 200 that was required to start the mages, or the 100 for each of their spells. So if you take that aside, it looks like, oh, well, I was just stupid not for not going any upgrades. Oh, that's dumb. But look at this. The amount of money is actually in my favor. I actually have gathered more resources over the game than Zhao has. Oh, look at this cute scouting right here. Find out about that new base. I actually have more money than Zhao does by about 200, and yet it's not going to mean a thing because I put that money in mages, but this map is just too wide for mages to be as successful as just upgraded soldiers. Now look at this. Look at this brilliant maneuver here by Zhao. If you were seeing that, he saw this army, and instead of engaging it and making this a battle line that he would have to go around, he went around the battle line to attack this. Now look at this. He is interposing his army in between my base and the army, which leaves 2 very uncomfortable choices. Either I have to go over here to save this army and this base, or I have to try and attack his base and do some damage. And yet all of these workers are going to get killed because I have to wait for reinforcements to take out this superior army. Now look at this. I can tell you right now, Zhao's in a good position. Look at that ratio. Look at that golden non-mathematical ratio. Well, it was 16 soldiers and 4 riflemen, and that is convincing because now the riflemen are gone from being deciders in micro in terms of soldier versus soldier. Now, riflemen can do diligence in picking off weak units at the front because they have, look, +5 attack is crazy good. Crazy. Against +5 against no armor soldier means that the rifleman will kill the soldier in 13 hits. That is fast. So the riflemen have gone from being micro selectors to DPS. They also have the ability now, because they have about the same stats as mages, to attack the mages and punish them. Look at Zhao wisely getting out of there once he's lost his rifleman. Because remember now, Yeah, 14 is more than 11, and soldiers do attack faster than riflemen, but riflemen are what allow us to do damage as our opponent is running away. And damage, they will do. Look at this. Look at this. This game is getting crazy because now we go over here. I'm a little behind now because of all the death over here to all these workers, but not by much, less than 1,000 still. And yet, look at the units tab. I have 2 soldiers and 8 mages against 13 soldiers and a rifleman. Not only is his army unit for unit less expensive, it's more efficient. That is crazy. Now look at this. He's going to take out this base while he's putting pressure on this base, while he's stopping this base. And from here, Zhao is just going to collect a very simple GG. +5, +1 is harder to argue against. Some finagling over here. If you look over actually at the amount of money that I'm drawing in, it's not looking good because this base has run out. This base has just run out. This third isn't really secure. It's kind of due to the mages, but it's not really. And this base is continually being attacked. Meanwhile, Zhao's bases will slow this down. This has been unmolested. There were a couple soldiers that tried to get around here, but good watchtower placement deflected that. And this has been just started up. So he hasn't had to spread himself too thin. He just attacked in one direction and then sent his army to attack in such a way that I'd have to go through his army in order to attack his expansions. It was pretty smart. Now look at this. +3 armor. Thank goodness I have +4 now to kind of put the attacking back in my favor, because +4 armor, +3 armor on Zhao's part means that workers, if I have to pull them, only do 1 damage if they have no upgrades. It's absolutely crazy. And now look at the desperateness of the situation. This base is going down. This base is going up, but it's not even fully up yet. This base has been continually harassed. His money is stockpiling in his favor by 2,000. And now there's going to be one final fight. And Zhao just showed us how to masterfully turn a 2-rack scenario using your map awareness, using upgrades, good positioning too. Good positioning, because his ability. Oh, look at all the flame strikes going down. All the pixels. Look at that. Good line versus concaving. Upgrades, making his units more effective. Awareness of the map, being lava bridge. So he's rewarded for more soldiers. And look at this golden ratio, even till the end of the game. 4 soldiers, 1 rifleman, and sure, there's a catapult. Because why not? It's pretty impressive. Alright, guys. That's all I got for a breakdown. I hope you take this with you in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Enjoyed watching me get destroyed. And maybe next time, if you're in a situation where you go 2 barracks against your opponent who goes 2 barracks, you won't think of Itano Circus. You will think of Zhao. And remember that upgrades are important. Until next time, I'm Itano Circus signing out. Take care and have fun. It's bigger than you've ever imagined. Boop.